Hey, what's happening? Sergie Ventura here. Just got all these covers introduced to me again. Some of them are new, some of them are old. I just wanted to talk a little bit about these because some of these are when I was a little grom.
Yeah.
This one here, I was 17, and I remember because 17, 18, because I had my first girlfriend's name on the nose of my board.
Cool.
And I remember I was just getting my shape done with Christian, but I didn't do the graphics yet.
Okay.
This was my second board because there's my first board graphics.
Yeah.
I think this was going to be on Tough Skates. But this contest was, it was a St. Petersburg. It was like some off-brand contest. They just decided to throw one in St. Pete. This was at the Walt Disney, if I'm correct, the Walt Disney Epicenter.
Okay.
Convention Center.
Gotcha.
And then this one, if I'm correct, I want to say this one is at a contest.
Yeah.
I'm going to, man.
Is there one in Norfolk or?
No, this is super old because I'm wearing
Vision?
high top Vision shoes.
Yeah.
So this was when Christian was doing Tough Skates with Brad Dorfman.
Gotcha.
And so this, I want to either say is either at that ramp, the boomerang ramp at the Vision warehouse.
Could be, okay. Yeah. And Geoff Graham shot that.
Yeah, Geoff Graham shot this. He's got a lot of photos from the East Coast.
For
Great.
sure.
The guy, I've known him and his wife. I remember I was 15, just left school, and I just drove to Ocean City, Maryland, and I met up with Geoff and his wife, and before they were married, and I actually was working as a side cook with Geoff, and he taught me how to cook breakfast.
Awesome.
Yeah, small story. His wife was the waitress at the time. Great people, great guy, family to me. But yeah, he shot this one right
Do you remember when you first saw that? Like how you learned it was on the cover?
To be honest, no. I just remember, I think someone showed it to me and like, man, I saw the new Poweredge, you got the cover, and I didn't even know.
Right.
I was like, whoa. And then this one, this is right when I was introduced to the skateboard industry, when Virginia Beach had the first public vert ramp.
Yeah.
And this was the third series of the Trashmore
Pro contest.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this was my pro debut this year, and I just met everybody for the first time. And I remember when for the first 3 years ago, I met everybody, but this cover, I remember going to pick up, I think it was Kevin Staub, and he came down the elevator, and the elevator opened up, and he saw him, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, cover boy?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You just got the cover of Trashmore Skateboard." I'm like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then Grant told me, and I didn't see it until it came out, but I was stoked because it's on my hometown ramp where I started. And back when it was metal. And it was fiberglass, wood, fiberglass, and then metal.
Okay.
This one is probably I would probably have to say this is one of my favorite covers. And the reason why is because this is when the whole, bowl thing started to take off. The bowl series started to take off, with the Protect Pole Party going off. And this bowl is amazing. There's nothing, I've never skated anything like this anywhere else. Somewhat close, but does not. This was hand built, and the guy kept on adding on.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, if you ever watch Wicked Tuna, this is this bowl is right there where they drive out of the harbor.
Okay.
It's right around the corner. But this is a 9-foot deep wooden bowl with a hip, no waterfall, and it's got a round to a square with an overbird extension. And I just remember that day, I was feeling good, and I was skating paddless. This guy ended up getting on top of a ladder to shoot this.
Okay. Cool.
So that's why it's got that good view.
Yeah.
But this was a good one. I remember shooting this one. I was probably like a 7 foot on that 9-foot wall.
All right.
And this one,
you've never even seen it.
Never even seen it. I used to do the commentating, the announcing for this contest with Sasha and Chad Ford that did the Bolaramas.
Yeah.
And This is in Wellington, New Zealand, and this was a small bowl contest. It was actually in the month of February for the last, previous to, I'd say about 3 years ago. They had a bowl series there that was every weekend. It was Wellington, Newcastle, another spot, and then Bondi. So for the whole month, you had back-to-back contests, and it was such a good run. And it did that for like 10 years.
Amazing.
So this was just one of those introduction when. Do you remember when Pro Tech was just you just drop in, and if another guy went, you went with him?
Mm-hmm.
This was during that time, and everyone was dropping in at each other. And I remember this contest. Benji Galloway dropped in at the same time as I did, and he actually somehow ended up behind me in the contest. And I looked back and I said, Benji, go under me. I'm going to do an air. While we're skating in the contest, I did an air. He backside grind under me. Now I'm following him. We hit the shallow end. I said, do a frontside air. I'll do a grind under you. Dude, we
Just
did it.
not
And it
choreographed.
was in the contest. Yeah. And the cool thing about it is I loved the energy during that contest because it was raw. It was ad lib. And it was just free. There was no, oh, it's your turn. You got to go.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we ad libbed that on that moment.
On the fly, yeah.
And it was really cool just to do that in a contest.
Hell yeah.
But Benji and I had been skating with each other for years, with the ball series back before it even became, a ball series.
Yeah.
And so we were very familiar with each other's style, and, we've dropped in many times at ProTech, and, the thing about this, when you do something like that, there's just trust that you just got to have. And skating with Benji for all those years, I knew exactly how he skated, so it was cool. But yeah, didn't know I had this one.
Right.
Pretty cool.
When I say classic covers, what comes to mind of magazine covers that stood out to you as a younger skater, still kind of burned into your brain? Anything?
Classic covers. There's the one is the Tod Swank pushing off Transworld.
Yeah. Shot just down the road.
Yep. That one for sure. I mean, man, there's so many. I would say, there's so many Thrasher covers, Transworld covers. Oh man.
Can you think of a Hosoi cover off the top of your head?
Not a cover, but one of my favorite shots is when he is in a backyard ramp. Mm-hmm. I believe I want to say Charlie King's ramp. And this ramp was small. It was 9 foot training, 9 foot tall. So 8 foot training. It was small. It wasn't that big. But he's doing a Christ air with a Hawaii shirt on. And that shot sticks out to me. There's also, some Miller shots. There's Hawk shots, some of Blender's L plants, ridiculous. Gonzalez, Natus Copis, some of his shots. Oh man, I could go on.
Yeah.
I could go on.
Well, cool. Sergie, I think that about covers us. Thanks for sitting down with us. This is amazing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You bet, man.